Holy crap.
Okay.
We're working on the C10 today, and we've got Colin here to help us.
Good morning. I'm here for the day. I'll be here next week too.
We've got a pretty good list of things to get done today. Let me go get it.
Okay, walk us through your handwriting.
Okay, I don't know if I spelled any of this right, but bed. We're gonna be mounting the bed on today of the truck, getting it all lined up, building mounts for it, brackets, all that fun stuff. After that, we've got the radiator to put in because we're getting really close to starting this thing. Then we've got steering because, well, we want to go places with it. And maybe we'll get some wiring in today. Hopefully we get some wiring in today.
Sounds good. Let's knock the first thing off your list, the bed.
Not too long ago, we put out a video about building the entire rear suspension. If you want to see how that's done, you should check it out. But we're going to have to cover it up with the bed of this truck, and it's going to be quite a bit of work to get it mounted, I think.
Not a whole lot to mount in there except for some sheet metal, but we'll figure it out. I didn't realize these would be so heavy. Right there. Whew. These are a lot heavier than you think they would be.
They're made out of metal.
Well, it's just sheet metal though. But they weigh a ton. The bed is twisted a little bit, so when we put it on, we just got to make sure that it's sitting flat, because it's, like I said, it's got that bow in it. I think that side's the high side.
Okay.
After looking at what it's going to take, I think we're going to have to go over to the wall of imagination.
This is the wall of imagination.
And I call it that because you got to imagine what you can turn all this stuff into.
That's a good reason to call it the imagination wall.
I imagine this stuff would do really well. It's not too heavy.
So me and Rudy have been talking right now, and we are trying to fit up the bed right now, get it where we need it. We've been talking about mounts, we've been talking about gas tanks. We're starting to come up with a plan right now. We're going to be using these as a mount for the back. We'll be running a piece across there, bolting it together. That'll hold on the back. And then on the front, I'm not sure what we're going to do with that yet.
Don't worry, I got a plan. So this stuff here is 1.5 inch square tubing. We're going to cut some holes in it. We're going to mount it to right here. Like bolt it through the existing holes of the bed. And do the same thing over there. And then we'll run our stringers to that across there. And across there. We'll get these cut out to the right length. Start getting the holes cut in them. We'll go from there.
Okay, let's do it.
3 feet. Convenient. 2 feet. Convenient.
Glad we didn't cut the bed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I do need to address that. Colin decided that we're not going to short bed it. Reason was because he was worried about how it would look after it was converted to a short bed, and he wants room to put stuff in the bed. It's a work truck still.
I love the short beds. I think they look awesome. I am all about them. I wish I had a short bed actually, but I've just decided with the patina and just how it looks, I don't want to disturb that. I don't want to change that. I'm going to leave this truck the way that it was. We're going to have fun with it. It's still going to be sweet. So that's why I left it.
No, but someone's been stealing them.
Not me.
Alright, Colin got the holes drilled in these pieces here, and look who showed up. Hi. I think you've been stealing my cookies, but
I told you it was the dude with glasses.
I didn't take any of the cookies, so.
So I had Zach cut out the top sides of these
so that when we bolt it, we don't have to bolt all the way through that and risk crushing the pipe. We'll just bolt to one side. But as you just saw with Zach taking this gas bottle apart, we ran out of gas for the welder. Naturally, when we plan on getting lots of work done, fate has other plans. Yeah. Back from getting this gas bottle,
One of the bars in. We just have the bolts set in there for now.
and so all of those will get bolts, and they just line the bed basically. What that's going to do is it's going to stiffen the entire bed because we don't have wood in it right now for the main structure like they did originally.
So me and Rudy have been messing with this bed and messing with it and messing with it, and we cannot figure out why it wasn't sitting right. And we just learned that it is out of square by 1/2 inch. So to fix that, we put a ratchet strap in here to pull it together and then hopefully put it back to square.
This should work.
Okay.
That's much better.
Okay.
Much better.
So our ratchet strap fix helped it, and now we can square it up. How we're gonna mount it. What are you up to, Zach?
Hey, follow me real quick. Finishing up, cutting these things out for, what even is it?
Just the edge of the bed.
Yeah, yeah, the
new deck.
the framing and deck and stuff.
What it's gonna be.
That is the new top for the bed. The original part of the bed is only gonna be coming up 2 inches, and where the hump is at will probably be a lot higher.
Not much higher.
Higher than normal.
It's gonna be 7 inches. So we threw this cross member in, and that's permanent, and we're gonna run a couple more, and that's where the wood will be able to sit on top of, and that's where the bed's gonna sit on the frame. The start of a support here that comes up off the frame, and we're gonna have a bar that runs parallel with the frame just higher up, which happens to be the same height as the bag.
I didn't plan it that way, but for the sake of how it happened, we'll say we did. True. All right, bed support goes in something like that.
That piece that comes up right there and across ties back into the frame. And these cross supports right here will rest on that, and that will be what holds the bed up. So I got them on both sides here.
So now we can air the truck up, and the bed should go with it, and we can lower our jacks. Ready to lower your jack?
Yeah.
Didn't even move.
Can we push this thing out and air it out? Oh wait, we still have to cut fenders.
You can go up, Zach.
Oh man.
Keep going up.
Woo. Holy crap.
Okay.
That is awesome.
Okay.
Wow, that thing gets some serious clearance.
Look how high it goes.
Look under there, dude.
That's what?
That thing has a
12 and a half, 12 inches.
13
13.
inches.
That is just insane.
that's taller than where it's at. God.
Yeah. I think we should trim some fenders now and air this thing out.
I think you're right. You want me to cut?
Yeah, I'll have you cut. You can draw and cut where it goes because I don't want to screw anything up.
Okay. Leave me to do it.
Here. Here, this is helping you so you don't go deaf. You just want to go to like the top of this. Like that.
No, I was gonna cut that lip off.
Oh, you're going to cut it like up here off.
I'm gonna cut it like right here off.
Okay. You do you, Skippy.
Trail off.
Okay, you do you, Skippy. Have
Okay.
fun.
There's a truck somewhere that does not have that piece because it has completely rusted away. We're very lucky.
We don't want this one to feel left out.
Okay. Now we gotta do it again. Well, for what it's worth, it sits really low. It can sit lower than that too if we actually trimmed out the front so it can go all the way down. But
That is tucked right there. So crazy seeing all this. I've seen pictures of Watts links and all this cool stuff, and now it's in front of me. It's so cool to see and how it works and everything.
so we'll see you tomorrow. Yesterday we got this bed mounted to the truck. Sort of. It's pinned in the back and the front is set. There's still a couple things I need to figure out back here, but we can do that later. I want to move on to something I haven't even touched yet, and that is the steering. The original steering on the Suburban used a steering box and an idler arm to push and pull the knuckles. We're going to be moving away from that. We'll be going with a rack and pinion. This rack and pinion came off of some sort of Chevy truck. I don't remember, but it looks like it's going to work. And because the old system used the steering box, we're going to have to unbolt that and get rid of that. We're also going to have to cut out that idler arm. We'll see if we can get this mounted today. That was surprisingly easy to get out. Now let's throw that in there and see what it looks like.
So getting that rack in there, obviously it's kind of just hanging there on its own weight, but I think so that these don't bottom out and we can air the bags all the way out, I think I'm gonna have to notch up into the frame here for that arm to go through.
Right now, if I let it all the way down, I don't think it would clear. So we'll get the rack out of there, pull the plasma cutter out, cut some notches out, and see what will clear and what won't.
Bags are out, didn't want to poke a hole, but that's what we're cutting out right there. Here we go. All right, cut out, and it fits perfectly. It's gonna sit there just right for what we need. So now we've got to get it mounted up in there somehow. But I also know that they through bolt it in one side. So this was sitting against a bulkhead of some kind, and that's how they had it bolted. We don't really need to put like a C around both sides.
Not to mention, I don't think we'd be able to get it out again if we did do that, and we'd have to go through a lot of extra work to make it do that. I simply don't think it will need it anyway. So, what I'm thinking,
we've got these lower AR mounts here, and they're the same on both sides. So if we just ran kind of a cross member across there and bolted to this, and then threw some gussets down to this big main cross member,
I think that'd be more than strong enough. And it gives us a ton of room for the steering shaft and everything.
It's got clearance for days. So, yeah.
So get that spreader bar cut out, get it mounted up, see what it looks like, and just play around with it a little bit.
Boom, cross member cut out. I cut these plates out on my plasma table, and then I added these so that those tabs can't crush. But
Slight tweaking and adjusting to it before we get its final location, but I think it's snack time. Snack time. I love these cheese and nut packs. Get them from Costco, I think. Snack time's over. Time to get to work.
So far it clears there. Definitely clears there. It looks okay in there. It's actually level too, surprisingly. I mean, I guess we could kind of steer it. That's nice. Looking good. It's all rigid now that I have a couple tacks on it.
Let's put the airbags in it so we can see what it looks like on the ground. See if what we did works or doesn't.
All right, down all the way. Let's see if it clears. So everything's looking good, everything's clearing how it should. The only thing I don't like is these ball joints right here. That angle is just too much.
For comfort. Something as important as the steering system, I want to make sure that it's working properly and doesn't wear out prematurely. I'll probably re-drill the knuckles so that the ball joint comes in from the bottom. That way it gets me lower, and at full ride height I don't need them there anyway. I took everything apart and then I cleaned up the frame right here a little bit, just so that we could get this 4-inch tube, or at least half of the 4-inch tube,
In right here. Something like that. Ready to weld in. Boom, bada bing. It's all welded up.
Because I'm a little bit greedy, I want to see how this looks all slammed. So we need to cut these front fenders now to get it to clear pretty much. Might want to watch out. Okay. Let's see what that looks like. Pulled the truck out because it is a beautiful evening and I wanted to see what it looks like out under its own weight with its own suspension and everything. And to be completely honest, it looks just like it did before, but that's okay because now we can sit out here and enjoy the evening. This is definitely not as comfortable as I'm making it look, which isn't very. So we're just gonna go like, for now, it's buttons. I am stoked with how this truck is turning out. We got the bed partially mounted, at least figured out where it's going, and we've got the front steering in, and I'm so happy about it. I want to share that with you, and the best way I know how to right now is by putting all of my t-shirts at 30% off on my website right now. You can use the coupon code C10 to support the build, or you can hit the link in the description, and upon checkout, that coupon code will already be applied. Thanks for your support, and thanks for watching.